I'm sure they have it. They're waiting. No, they just gained the life. Okay. There's the lands. Come on, play a big creature. Be greedy. Ugin can minus on us. No. Make the plus. Make the plus. Ugin plus. Ugin plus. Ugin minus. Hey everybody, welcome back, and thanks for taking a little time out of your busy day to watch Hello Good Game. We are playing with Kroxa, Mothra, and Solemnity today. I had a friend over and we were actually working on an epoxy Magic the Gathering desk, so join the Discord if you're interested in that. And he mentioned how people were playing Uro, and then we actually had it happen to us later that day. You know, the Uro Solemnity loop where they just draw, play more lands, then they unsummon it to break the interaction, play Thassa's Oracle to self-mill, they win. We can do that same interaction with Kroxas, and then we don't need the unsummon to break the interaction. It will just go until they lose the game, which is a lot of fun. So we are combining Mothra or Luminous Broodmoth with Kroxa and Solemnity, which again, when a creature dies and Luminous Broodmoth is in play, it will return to the battlefield with a flying counter on it. Solemnity. Players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, enchantments, or lands. So no counters on creatures, which equals no flying counter from Mothra. And then Kroxa, when it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it's escaped. We aren't escaping it, so it's always going to be sacrificed, brought into play with the counter for flying, but it doesn't get it, so it's on the ground. Mothra tries to re-bring it back, and this interaction will happen ad infinitum. So that's a lot of fun, right? And sadly, when I was filming this, I noticed on my phone a notification from MTG Jeff, just did this video. Ugh, woof. You can't beat him to it, so you gotta just try your best, right? Anyways, go check out Jeff's video as well if you want maybe some contrast between our two builds. Anywho, as always, we're gonna take a deck list at the look. Look at the deck list in its entirety, breaking down each individual cards. Then we're going to look at the strategies, the synergies, how do all of these cards come together to form a really well-working, coherent archetype. Then we'll watch some gameplay footage where we break down the playlines and interactions between this deck and the rest of the environment. You know, it's not enough to know how your deck works, but you need to know how it works against the other decks within the meta. And then we have our closing thoughts. I've converted this into like a vlog style where I'm talking about, you know, things in my life, things on the channel, just, you know, deck upgrades, things with the actual video as well. So all that jazz. I'm live on YouTube every morning at 6 a.m. At 7 a.m. we switch to Twitch, and then we're back on YouTube at 6 p.m. All times are Mountain Standard Central. If you don't want to do the time conversions, which I understand, there's a Linktree link in the description below. Click that. It'll have everything you're going to want Hello Good Game related. You know, links to my Twitch, to my YouTube, so you can subscribe and hit the notification so you're notified of when I do go live, and then you don't ever have to worry about that time conversion again. And I want to remind you guys, if the ads are annoying, come watch us live at 6 p.m. and 6 a.m. and you don't have to witness any ads. It's as easy as that. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. So, you know, if you find any value within this video, I really do encourage you to give it a thumbs up. It helps boost the algorithm and the, you know, the engagements and what do you want to call it? The whatever. It boosts the video, and that would be great. And you could also share the channel out to a friend if you want. Anyways, before we fall asleep completely today, let's start out with our deck list. We've got 4 copies of Serrated Scorpion. This is a 1/2, and when Serrated Scorpion dies, it deals 2 damage to each opponent, and you gain 2 life. 3 copies of Village Rites. This is instant speed. As an additional cost to cast this spell, sacrifice a creature, draw 2 cards. 3 copies of Claim the Firstborn, sorcery speed. Gain control of target creature with converted mana cost 3 or less until end of turn. Untap that creature. It gains haste until end of turn. Into our 2 drops, we've got 4 copies of Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger, a 6/6. When it enters the battlefield, sacrifice it unless it's escaped. When Kroxa enters the battlefield or attacks, each opponent discards a card. Then each opponent who didn't discard a non-land card this way loses 3 life. The escaped cost is 4, plus exiling 5 cards from your graveyard. 2 copies of Cruel Celebrant. This is a 1/2, and whenever it or another creature or planeswalker under our control dies, each opponent loses 1 life, and we gain 1 life. Priest of the Forgotten Gods ×4. This is a 1/2. It can be tapped to sacrifice 2 of our other creatures. Any number of target player each loses 2 life and sacrifices a creature of their own. You add 2 black mana symbols to your pool and draw a card. 4 copies of Blood Artist. This is a 0/1. When Blood Artist or another creature dies, target player loses 1 life and you gain 1 life. 4 copies of Solemnity. This is an enchantment for 3. Players can't get counters. Counters can't be put on artifacts, creatures, or enchantments and or lands. So that's quite nice. Grim Tutor times 4 sorcery speed. Search your library for a card, put that card into your hand, then shuffle your library. You lose 3 life. We also have Mothra, Supersonic Queen, aka Luminous Broodmoth. This is a 3/4 with flying, and whenever a creature you control without flying dies, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control with a flying counter on it. These spells are assisted by 2 plains, 1 swamp, 1 mountain, 3 Godless Shrines, 4 Isolated Chapels, 3 Blood Crypts, 4 Dragonskull Summits, 4 Sabbai Triumphs, and 2 Fabled Passages. So you've seen the list. Let's begin to break down the deck strategies and synergies. To open up the video, I did share the combo, which is, of course, on turn 3, you play your Solemnity. On turn 4, you play your Luminous Broodmoth. And on turn 5, you play Kroxa, Titan of Death's Hunger. You could potentially ramp into this with the Priest, but it's going to be hard to do. We talked about how when a creature dies, it's returned with a flying counter on it. Solemnity limits counter, so they cannot be put on things. Kroxa sacrifices itself when it enters the battlefield and triggers the discard/life loss, which will go into a loop ad infinitum. So you know that part of the deck. We also have Grim Tutor. We can search our library for a missing combo piece, right? That's really going to help us. You pull 2, you search for the 3rd, easy peasy, lemon squeezy. There's a few other things that I really like within the deck. First and foremost, Village Rites is instant speed. This will allow us to go full control after we drop Kroxa, and then we can Village Rites our own Kroxa. So our opponent's discarded a card or lost 3 life. We have drawn 2 cards, right? Because Kroxa will be sacrificing itself anyways on the stack. So if you can Village Rites it, this is a lot of fun. We can also use Priest of the Forgotten Gods to sacrifice our Kroxa on the stack as well via full control, which is Control and Alt on your keyboard. It will enter you into full control, and then you can do things phase by phase, step by step, or whatever, right? So use Village Rites, Priest of the Forgotten Gods to sack your Kroxa before it sacrifices itself. This will help us draw a card. It'll help us ramp. So quite a few things there that it's good for. Claim the Firstborn. You know all the uses for this. Your opponent's creatures, you know, a 6/6 Stormcoil Serpent, sign me up, right? Take that bad boy over to our side of the field. And then, you know, you can sack it with the Priest after you've attacked with it. You can sack it with the Village Rites after you've attacked with it, etc., etc. Serrated Scorpion. This is just in here for a little bit of added life gain / chip damage, because at the end of the day, we are trying to kill our opponent. And if we can do that sooner, that's better. Again, we don't really need the chip damage because Kroxa goes in a loop and will do all the damage we need. But it's the gain 2 life that's really important. You know, it's a chump blocker. We can Village Rites it, we can Priest it, and it gains us life. So that's the benefit there. Blood Artist is similar to where whenever anything dies, we'll be gaining life and our opponents will be losing life. This just creates some sustainability so we don't get burnt out so easily, especially when we're paying life for our Grim Tutor. So, you know, have Blood Artist out, take your opponent's creatures, sacrifice them. Kroxa is auto-triggering Blood Artist as well. And worst case scenario, you know, you sack your Blood Artist. And this is really cool as well if you have Mothra in play, because all of your sacrifices from your Artist, your Scorpion, you know, your Priest, your Celebrant, they will all come back much like your Kroxa does in the combo, just as creatures with flying if you don't have Solemnity out yet, right? And then even if you do, they'll just come back out as regular creatures because they don't sacrifice themselves when they enter like Kroxa does, so it's just an easy way to re-establish your field state. With all that being said, that's it. That's the whole thing. We've got Fabled Passages, so we can pull the appropriate land, whether it's a secondary plains, a secondary mountain, or our single, or a secondary swamp, or our single mountain. And again, it's balanced out quite nicely. I don't think we could get it any better than this. So a really powerful deck. I hope you guys enjoy it. Again, go watch MTG Jeff's video that he just did on this deck as well, and then come back and let me know how the 2 decks vary. That's one of the bummers about creating so much content, is I don't have any time to, you know, engage and take in anybody else's content. It's so sad. It's the one thing I miss most about you know, just hanging out, is I used to watch hours of content every day. Now I just don't have the time. I'm creating content for hours of the day. So if you've been enjoying the content, again, give it a like, share the channel to a friend, join our Discord. We gave away $120,000 in gems last month, and we have another 350K still to go away. So subscribe to the channel, join the Discord. There is monthly free entry brawl and artisan tournaments. You know, cash prizes involved with that as well, right? So a flourishing community. Don't miss out. Thanks for your time and attention again, and a massive support shout out to you know, everybody who is doing that financially. Twitch, Patreon, YouTube. You guys are the best. Thank you, appreciate it. Not only myself, but all of the people who've been enjoying all this content. You know, those people really thank you as well. So enjoy today's gameplay footage. You know, I had a blast playing this deck. I think it's a lot of fun, and yeah, we'll see you with our closing thoughts in a few minutes. Our opponent goes first. That's quite all right. We have one of our combo pieces. There's number 2. We just need some red land. So these chapels are going to be weird to play. But we need this passage to pull a mountain so Kroxa can go crazy. Oof. Alright. We'll play a swamp here. That'll activate our summit and our chapel. Maybe we'll drop a plains for swamp, just in case that happens again. So now we should have played the mountain, I guess, and had 2 mountains. Welcome to the jungle. This is why I playtest and shape the decks for you guys first, right? All these things get worked out. The Triumph also helps us. This is embarrassing. We're ready though, we just need our Kroxa. So if we can just survive a little longer. I'm pretty sure he can drop Muxus and just go wild. He's gonna do it next turn instead. Interesting. Big ouchies. Right, that does not feel good. Mothra can make these chump blockers more viable. No attacks. Down to 7 though, and they will probably play Muxus. Right, they've got 5. They just need to sacrifice one of their goblins. And then everybody will have haste and we're deadzo. So let's fix our land. We go first. We have 1 piece. I would like a sacrifice outlet to get this claim going. Scorpion in play is not bad. We don't really want to drop our Solemnity until it's time, you know what I mean? Let's just take our hit. Just kind of like pulling out anything. They're gonna take a Blood Artist because it's a pretty threatening card. But it's not really what we're looking to capitalize on. Okay. That's aggressive. We need to pull a Moth, and we need to pull a Kroxa. One of them, and then we can tutor for the other. Alright, these angels are going to add up. Nice, now 9 lives can't get tokens, and we've just done that. LOL. I mean, it's not good. We can take an angel. Have them sacrifice. Oh, wow. Just Angel Town here. Coming at you. Alright, so unless we pull Kroxa here, which we don't. And we have no sack outlet. Wow. What a bummer. Right? We're dead next turn, so, you know, 9 lives. It doesn't get the counter. Gotta attack for fun, right? That's what I could have done. And he takes Mothra and bashes for 1 billion damage. Woof. Wow. I don't even know what you would need 9 lives there for. Right? We played right into it too. Alrighty. I mean, the land is not the worst. We need a red source for Kroxa. We have one of our 3 pieces. And a little bit of juice to help us along the way. Pay 2 life. Oof. Probably push priest, right? Birth of Maltese, that's okay. The tutor's really nice. One damage through. That defender doesn't really hurt us, though. It's going to be Shatters or Wrath of God, I guess, since we're in Historic. That's going to be a little bit annoying. Oof. So they've played one of our pieces. Do we go right for it? It's a chunk of damage, right? It's a bit. We draw a card, which is really what I'm going for here. It's that red land that we wanted, so we can tutor probably for the Moth. The Solemnity stops the Birth of Maltese. If I'm correct on that. It'll just sit there and it doesn't get the counters added to it. Until we play or pull a Kroxa, we don't want to play our Moth. Right? We just want to kind of be low-key. Pretend like, yeah, this is all we do. Instant speed, probably with the priest. There's the Wrath. Bomber! We'll take the sack. Let's Village Rites our own priest. That is such a sick top deck. And we take the draw, don't lose any creatures. Nice. No Kroxa still. Let's thin our library. One, two. Yes, we're gonna have enough mana. Right? Let's just play our own. Now they're confused, right? They're like, what is happening? This makes no sense. We just need to play our Mothra at the same time that we play our Kroxa. This is pretty cool. For 5, you can tap it to add 5 mana in any combination of colors. Cascading Cataracts. That's pretty cool. Pulling more removal here. Just like, let's get going about it. As long as they don't have too much as far as shenanigans goes. Maybe we should have kept one Solemnity in our hands, and then if there was a forced discard of non-land, we could have discarded that. It's a brained play there, but we'll just try to dance around it. Yorion bounces nothing. Maybe the Birth. Interesting. Oh, but mine are in play, so it still doesn't work. Oof, 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 oof. Now we're cooking with fire. Let's take our Kroxa. Play the land. 1, 2, 3, 4. We're not into it, right? They need a counterspell. Alright, I didn't want to play it to give them a chance to remove it, is the thing. And the 5 mana of any color could kind of screw us. It opens up a lot that we don't want to see. Let's go for it, though. Here's Mothra. Here's Kroxa. We have 3 Solemnities in play, so it's an infinite loop in which Kroxa comes in, deals 3 damage, or discards, dies, comes back from Mothra with flying, can't have the flying counter on it from Solemnity, and then it's just a cycle that beats him. Hand looks interesting, right? I mean, to have a priest with Village Rites is alright. We just kind of need to claim the Firstborn. Ask and ye shall receive. The Triumph will activate our chapel, right? That's the nicest thing about Triumphs. A lot of people don't give these the respect they deserve. But Mountain Plains Swamp, that is very nice. We're in play. Let's get that priest out and about. Playing against Temir is never like an enjoyable thing, right? Especially as the turns go on. A Blood Sun. We don't really have any lands that get us there. I think Blood Artist is a semi-decent play. I don't think they're going to be dropping any creatures, so our claim maybe isn't so hot. Ooh! Never mind. Right? Also, I find this maybe a little bit weird. Mothra, we need land is the thing. And instead of using the priest, we'll use Village Rites. Keeps Blood Artist alive. And then we get that nice draw to pull our land. That's pretty groovy. They think that priest and Blood Artists are like, you know, a big threat. So they'll probably want to deal with those, but all we need is our Solemnity, which we can pull with our tutor, so like land is our best friend here, really. We could also play Kroxa, instant speed priest it, because there's no counters magic here. We're in a good position to do some shenanigans. Let's priest out, right? Force the discard. Then we're gonna instant speed with our first priest that we played. Kill the second priest and Kroxa. Oh, except it's gone. We don't get a chance because we didn't go in full control. You fool! I guess that's something you'll have to do if you want to do that. That's fine. Kind of trying to pull a field wipe out of their hand, right? And then we can play our Mothra. Fae? Okay, Fae will pull the field wipe, is the thing. I didn't know people pulled and played Fae without Lucky Clover, right? Is it still a Wishboard? Narset? Wow, we're being long conned here. I don't know what's happening.
Meditate and prepare.
To a Flood of Tears for Omniscience. Okay. They're at 11. What if we just do it the old-fashioned way? I'm going in full control. Kroxa in play. Auto pay. Resolve. It enters. We target them. We should have done this last turn too, LOL. And I think we want to do this twice, don't we? It adds 2 black, not a black and a white, so we can't do it twice. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Unless they discard the correct card. And then we're going to do... oh, we don't draw from Priest. That's a bummer, I guess, from Narset. They're at 5, right? We do the exact same thing. And that's still 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we should be able to let them empty their hand and play our Kroxa. Or just replay it. Down to 1, and that gives us enough to tutor. We have Moth. We have Kroxa. We just need our Solemnity. 1 damage. They're gonna bounce everything. We could take the Scorpion. Village Rites would have been cool earlier, right? Then we could have got the damage. We won't get the draw. Let's just try to push the combo. I think the Scorpion might have been alright. But then I think they're bouncing it, and then what good is it? So it's kind of weird.
Put thoughtfulness before action.
They could just beat us right here, right? They pull a Genesis Ultimatum. 1 life left. We have our parts. Our components exist. We can't drop them all in 1 turn, mind you. There's the Fae for the blocker. Still holds 6. Flood for a bunch, right? There's Omniscience, can play for free. That's a good game. That's as close as you're
The
gonna get,
focus
right?
and discipline
Your opponent down to 1 life.
hone your prowess.
Oh gosh. These Blood Suns redraw, which is like really cool. So maybe Scorpion could have been a good play. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. I think we just need to play this Kroxa and them not have held
Let us see if your talents
some
are
shenanigans in
worth
hand,
carrying
right? Like they need to not have any instances, sorceries, like any non-land permanents. We need them to discard a land is the thing. Or nothing. Right? We need them to play everything. Or... Oh, wow. Woof, baby, woof. 3 Lotus Fields, no big deal. There's 6 mana. Bay to the sideboard for 4. Actually, for 0. Omniscience, right? Target player can draw a gazillion cards here. Man, that's cool. We got so close. We were wiling out, let's be honest. Maybe we made a misplay? Did we do a in the wrong direction? And let's keep in mind, this is turn 4, right? Like,
No tail should be discarded.
they're wiling out even harder than us. All those Blood Suns really helped. Into the sideboard. I imagine it's just a self-mill. No 1,000-Year Storm. Interesting. That would have been cool. Right, could have pulled it, played the Fae, bounced the Fae. Oh, woof woof, baby. That's awesome. We're up to what, like 23 or 24 land? That's deadly. Discards the Fae into the hand again. Back to the sideboard. I respect that. I respect that. The Fall of Thran. Woohoo! Gonna wipe all of our lands. That's that for me. Let's let them play it out though. Right? Stop it. Stop it. We definitely should have got that Scorpion. That was the tech. We should have brought the Scorpion in play, you guys. We should have brought the Scorpion in play. There's no way for us to win this. This is gonzo. I think that Scorpion would have been our only chance. And then we would have needed to draw a swamp off the top and played our Scorpion. And then had it interact somehow. Good game indeed. What? Stop it. Now this man is a legend. P-type in the house. Opponent goes first. Well, that doesn't look great. Doesn't look bad though. Right? Give each other a little rep. Feel a good game. Draw and play. Chapel out next with the Priest. Goblin deck. We have Plains up next for our Tutor? Question mark? We have the red. We have the black. We have the white. We have the Moth. We need Solemnity and Kroxa. I want that Blood Artist in play, I think. Ooh. Woof, woof, baby. Yeah, let's just take it. No attacks. Treasure map. Kind of taking the turn slow. This is exciting. We might get there. Doesn't get tokens. There's Kroxa. We don't even need the tutor. This is good. This is good. Let's still pull a mountain just in case they nuke our triome. Moth are in play. We just need it to survive. No attacks. Come on, baby. Oh, of course he does. Of course he does. Of course he does. Ouchie. We get the priest back as a flyer. Without the flying, actually. But that happened. It gets jumped. So we have Kroxa. We're just looking for another moth now. And they're down to 2 cards. We're still at 20 life. Storm's Wrath, I tell you what. They play the giant, so they'll wipe their own giant. They cycle. Stop it. Lands, fine. Takes the scry. Stop it. Right? Moth back in play. Let's try it again. This is for all the cookies. No blocks. Down to 13. No play. Don't do it. Don't do it! Come on, man. Sack our Kroxa with our Village Rites. Right, still sacks. We draw 2 for 1. We need to find another moth. That's psycho. And they get to use their treasure to scry basically forever. Okay. Nice little draw. We have more tutors. Interesting. We could cycle the land, the triome. Let's have them discard their last card, right? So sad. We had it almost twice this round. Okay, they instant speed us. I thought we could get it out of their hand. It was 3 life. Whatever. Let's just play this. We don't have enough to cycle it this turn, so I don't really want to cycle it next turn either. Claim the Firstborn on that giant. Just thin our library, I guess. Something. Take the land. Let's attack. He takes it, that's 9 damage. Right, that's disgusting. Wow. That gives me shivers. Lethal next turn. Here's a secondary Solemnity in case he crashes the first, and, you know, why not do a third? Worst case, you know, we could instant speed this Village Rites, but I think we'll just attack. Ooh. Interesting. We need some life gain then. Just a creature in general. Nice. I think they're getting very close. We're gonna take 4 damage here. We get to draw some cards. I'm gonna hope that that's good. The Brash Hunter needs to fight Kroxa. Really? Are you serious on this land? We pull a replacement Kroxa. We take 5 damage here, though, right? Those Storm's Wrath saved them so much. Wow. It's terrifying. The Brash Taunter could fight the Bone Crusher Giant. Right? He could fight his own creature. Now he can't. Could have. Oh no, he still can from the treasure. We'll try to highlight it for them. Improve their play. Because it's a cool combo. I mean, or not. Oh, still could have done it. Let's see what we can pull. Costs 3, they only have 2. We pull them off. You know, that's part of it. If only 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2. We didn't just play this Kroxa. But we wouldn't have drawn the Moth without it. So, you know, you can see that we could get close, right? And we have a land. So we're literally 1 land away from getting them another time. Isn't that just like gross? Gross, 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 gross. Whoa, that cost 3 and they only had oh, they played that last land and we thought they forgot about it. Good game. So they do get that damage, they're just waiting to do instant speed. And again, we got close. No cigar there though. This is the ideal draw hand. Oh my lords. I think we'll keep 7. This is incredible. We have all of the correct land as well. My gosh. Let's see if we can survive. This Scorpion could be good. Hold them off a little bit, right? Cultivate. Awesome. Just classic Ugin wrap, maybe? I'm wondering if we force the early Kroxa. I think we do. Get a discard going on, right? Probably just paying life off the start. But nonetheless, that's a land. They must have a very nice hand. I'm worried. I would love a Claim the Firstborn for that. Here's 3. I guess we should have played our Scorpion, and then it could have chump blocked and gained us 2 life. That would have been good. And we need to avoid a ram through on our Mothra via the Serpent, right? Green always has that shenanigans, and I don't want to see it today. Let me play my Mothra, leave it alone for a turn, let me play Kroxa. Come on! We got this. Do some visualizations. Hits for 6, that's not good. Uh-oh. Are we even able to do this? They could ramp through right now, deal 1 more damage to us. All we need is 1 turn to play this Kroxa. I'm sure they have it. They're waiting. No, they just gained the life. Okay. There's the lands. Come on, play a big creature. Be greedy. Ugin can minus on us.
When you
No, make the plus. Make the plus. Ugin plus. Ugin plus. Ugin minus.
I can create
Mwah.
or destroy.
Good game. Cry. Get rid of their last card. I don't think it does us any good. We can chump block and still take 5 damage because it has trample. Alright, sacrificing Chromosphere to deal shenanigan damage. It's a different kind of damage. Put a multiplier on it.
Secrets manifest before you.
The Solemnity stops the counters, but basically you can just go infinite. Awesome. Are you serious? Wow. Doesn't get a draw because it's not a creature. Gain 2 life, deal 2 damage, draw 2 cards. Doesn't matter what we do here, it's all over. Just playing it out, 2 tutors. No one makes me bleed my own blood. Right? We get close again, but that Ugin minus on the Moth, it's a little bit flimsy sometimes with that Mothra. After last match, I'm just sad. We had the perfect hands, and we were robbed. And actually robbed the game before as well, so... tough luck, right? I think that's what it comes down to. And now our opponent is just, you know, being that way. It seems to kind of be like the pattern today in Play Q. There's been a lot of important stuff happening around with people in their lives, because they are definitely not in Arena. Like, is this really that fun for you? And now I feel bad because we've been berating them, and it's like they actually might be here. Just had to log into the stream quick. That's, you know, it takes a second to get that open and running. Let's throw up the blocker. I'm gonna Grim for the Moth, and we're gonna pull Solemnity organically. No attacks. I mean, paying life against the Goblins deck is not good. Any aggro deck's just like, well, this sucks, right? Hit for another 5 here. Seems legit. Sorry, 7. So we will take the sack. Gain 1 life. Stopped 3 damage. That's actually good. We take so much damage though. Ah. Good game. We just can't beat the aggro deck. Right, especially when they field out like that. I mean, I'm pretty positive that they're sitting on lethal. Yeah. Right? It's like math. 9, 10, 11, 15, 16, 17, right? Yeah. Yummy. I don't care for this hand at all. I'm going to be honest. I don't think this is a good hand. We have a tutor. That makes it alright. I'm going to pull out our first planes. Blood Crypt can go. Pay 2 life to stop the damage. I think it's worth it. We could get a sack outlet. That would be fun. Nice. Takes our tutor. Might take Kroxa. Probably take our tutor. Claim? Does it really upset him that much? I mean, it should be Kroxa or the tutor. I would say the tutor. But the tutor, he's like, I don't know what he's using, right? I'll get it after he pulls it. Watch him have a secondary source for that. I don't doubt it either. Let's just push our luck, though. No attacks, playing defensively. We have 2 parts, just looking for the 3rd. More hand hate would suck. And I'm sure they have it. Yeah, nice. We just paid 3 life to have that discarded. At this point, it doesn't matter. Let's just force gameplay. The flyer can hit us. No way. Force the discard, I guess, is nice. They just pull another 4/4 though. Murderous Rider. 4 Kroxa dies. They take 3 damage for that. Plus 3 from Kroxa, 6. Not bad. No attacks, down to 8. We need to nuke these flyers. Somehow, some way. that helps. I mean, not really, but we could pretend. We could pretend. He only gets one copy, even though there's 2 triggers. We lose our claim. We get Mothra. No attacks. We lose Mothra because we have to block or it's lethal. Right? Just how it goes. Ouchies. Toss our graveyard. Good game. They're eating their food, right? Just nullify that damage, whatever you want to say. That's it. No attacks. Pass our turn. Woof. We're gonna keep 7 here. Pay for our Scorpion so we can play our Priest on turn 2, and then we have our claim if we can pull a red source, which is always fun. They're playing slow, which is actually acceptable. No creatures. We should take that right now. But what good is a claim without a priest in play? So let's take our priest first. Then we can do our blood artist and pull our mountain. Oof. Oof. So that happened, right? Priest is gonzo. Let's take that hit. We have an instant speed Village Rite. Doesn't matter what we pull, we have all of our required land already. Probably a swamp is healthy since most of our deck consists of swamps. Let's take that attack first. Opt. Take our damage. Play our priest. Counterspell? Negative. That'll allow us to end our turn. Let's take the draw out of it at least. 1 damage to our opponent. We gain 1 life. Draw 2 cards. Oh, another Village Rites. Can't complain too hard there. Our turn. Let's thin our library. Take the attack. End our turn. We made Village Rites just to get things going. They're taps, let's go for it. More land. Wow. At least it's good to get it out of the way, right? How do we not just play into a counterspell, though? Or removal? Ouch. We're going to try to long con this. We're going to try to pull our other pieces and drop them in quick succession. There's one. This is a good spell to pull a counter with. But if we could just get double value out of it with our Moth. Let's try. Yeah, there is a counter. Lame. Lots of cards for Kroxa to be replayed though, right? Unless they deal with our graveyard. -4, -4. Lots of removal. Our opponent's down to 11. No attacks. There's the Disfigure on our artist, down to 10. So much removal. Let's just try to cast into this counter spell. Take our Moth again. I mean, at a certain point, they do need to run out of it. Wow. Wow. We're out of cards. We'll play Kroxa. God Erasure, our Firstborn. Whatever. Take your Surveil. Surveil means they get to look at the top card and either leave it there, put it in the grave. Celebrant in play. Didn't look like there was a counter there. Exiling 5, paying 4. Kroxa enters. Doesn't get sacrificed, and our opponent has to discard. If it's a non-land, then he doesn't have to pay life. But if it was a land, then they have to pay 3 life. Or they just lose 3 life. They don't pay it. Good game. Alright, this is our finale. I literally just got a notification on my phone from MTG Jeff that said Death Moth, and it had Kroxa and the Moth on it. So, we're going to move on to a different deck, right? There goes this idea. I didn't even see that video until this notification just came up. Brutal, 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 brutal. So check out Jeff's channel if you haven't seen it. We're going to get through this, though. Priest in play. That's nice. This is going to be like a transmogrify situation, right? No attacks, playing defensively. Mothra this turn, Kroxa next turn. History of Benalia. Wow. Moth in play. Can we survive? Turn 4. Can we do it? Yes. Yes. He just gives right up. But, I mean, you know, drop the Kroxa and that's game anyways. I wish they would let us get it. That's the only thing. Woof. Alright, boys. What's up, what's up, what's up? Solemnity, Mothra. This is very cool. You can use either, you know, Uro, and you can use Unsummon to break the loop and mill yourself. Or you can use Kroxa and just kill your opponent. I think both are very viable. Obviously, it's a lot easier to ramp with Simic than it is Rakdos while adding white for Mothra and Solemnity. But both combos are super viable. We're going to do the Uro one as well for everybody, just so they know what I'm talking about. You know, I had a lot of fun. And this is, you know, semi-viable. This isn't one of those jank combos that's like, well, you know, you can get that off on turn 8 and it's never going to happen because it involves 5 pieces that are easily removed. This combo involves 3 pieces, which is ideal. I mean, ideally it's 2, but 3 is much, much more common and, you know, realistic. And, you know, a 4-drop, that's your highest piece. It's not that bad, right? It's not like it costs 6, 7 to get in play. So it's very cheap, which makes you enter from the world of jank into the world of combo decks. You know, it might be a little weird, and, you know, my build specifically almost has no removal other than the priest and the claim. So you could potentially sideboard in some removal and take out, I would say, Cruel Celebrant primarily, and then second you could go probably with your Blood Artist maybe, and trim those. The rest of the deck should really stay, like obviously the Tutors, Solemnity, the Moth, Kroxa, the Priest, the Village Rites, that all needs to stay. So you're playing with Claim the Firstborn, the Scorpion, Blood Artist, and Cruel Celebrant if you're changing things. And again, I think, like, I don't know what Jeff's video looked like, but I'm sure that it's different than this, and I'm sure that the base is the same, like I just named, and those other cards that I mentioned are probably different. And I think, you know, there's a lot of power in that. Obviously, Jeff creates decks every day, but for you guys, look at the base of the deck, right? Like, what is the really, the meat and potatoes of here? What's required? And then try to work in your own flavors, right? That could be really, really helpful. And it, you know, it's just a lot more engaging and a more enjoyable play experience. And then you're going to be learning how those plays worked out for you. And then, like, it's just a slow progress of improvement. And to get on that train is never a bad idea, right? So, you know, we're still waiting on the Wi-Fi device. It's supposed to be shipped out today. I hope that's great. You know, could limit that drive time. Just been doing like lots of cleaning. It's definitely fall in Alberta, Canada, so the leaves are falling. You know, mornings are pretty cold. We're digging up the garden. We're picking fruit off the trees, cleaning the yard, getting the grass cut one last time. You know, stuff. You know, big shout out to the Discord. You know, I've been trying to just engage more there with my life in the VIP chat for the supporters. We had some sick cooking tips the other day. I made a pork tenderloin, and it was great. Got a nice sear and a good bake. Oh man, life. So you know, it's not just magic that takes place in our Discord. We're just like we're human beings talking about our lives, right? It's a really friendly, you know, well curated environment. I make sure that you know, it's all above board, right? So with all that being said, you guys, links for everything is in the description below. The Overwolf link has everything: my YouTube, my Twitch, the Discord, everything. Check it out. And then, you know, we're playing today with MTG Arena Assistant. This is one of the greatest tools. Like, you get metagame analysis for all of the different, like, Brawl, Historic, Standard. There's deck write-ups, deck videos, event analysis as well, so you can see which decks are winning tournaments and not as well. So a lot of really cool stuff within the MTGA Assistant, and that's going to be the Overwolf link in the description below. So check those out, and every download helps support your creator. Get him off that KD diet. Thank you for your guys' time today. I really appreciate it. We're live on YouTube every morning, 6 a.m. At 7, we switch to Twitch, and then we're back again on YouTube at 6 p.m. If you don't like the ads, watch the lives with us. That's how you get around the ads, right? So if not, definitely watch the ads. I love the revenue. Appreciate that. But, you know, if it's annoying to you, just come hang out live. It's not that hard. Set your notifications, set the bell, and, you know, you even get the added bonus of talking live, not only with myself, but the rest of the community as well. So we'll see you there. Take care and have a great day.